only are they chasing out the billionaires, so they have nobody to tax, they're taking their tax dollars and giving it to illegal immigrants as free down payment so that they can buy a house. Oh my gosh. All that and more on Opportunity Zone.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Opportunity Zone. You got Mr. Chris that just broke the news.
11, and Mr. Nate, here I am, Armstrong. Be warned, people, I haven't slept yet, and I've had a lot of coffee.
So you're gonna get a lot of news today. Okay?
Lots of news.
Short window. We got California's insanity. Chris will help talk more about that in a minute. We've got New York. This might even be the crown jewel of stupidity today.
I don't know, man.
So,
they're tripling down.
They've got, like, literally, Chris and I have been reporting on New York for a few months now, but it literally just got infinitely worse. And so you'll want to hear what's going on, especially if you thought about investing in New
Boy,
York.
we're going to interview to show that,
Yeah. Yeah. And then next up, we're going to go through what the treasuries what treasuries are leading indicators of what rates might be soon.
Yeah.
We'll get through all that.
Bye now.
So welcome to the Opportunity Zone. I am going to go through a quick Bible lesson, hand this over to Chris for the blessing, and then we're straight into the news. So the proverb of the week is this. It's 12:1. To learn, you must love discipline. It's stupid to hate corrections. Chris, you want the blessing, man?
Absolutely. Heavenly Father, first and foremost, I would like to acknowledge who you are in my life and to extend my gratitude for all of the many blessings. Thank you for everything you've given me on the inside, the peace, the courage, the strength, the joy, and the love of you. Please bless Nate and I words today so that we can say whatever it is the people need to hear so that they can have a happy, joyous, and free life like you promised us. I ask all of this in your son's name. Amen.
Amen.
Wait a minute. It's stupid to hate correction. Okay.
You got some more of that?
No, I think I'm going to leave it there.
You're going to pull that?
Nope. I'll leave it there. Yep.
All right. I'm going to start off with this. This is a quote from Marcus Aurelius. He said, "The only wealth which you'll keep forever is the wealth that you've given away." Okay. We had a blessed opportunity. So we obviously do a lot of investments here, multifamily investing, and we get to do something more with the profits that, Chris, I feel blessed that you brought into our circle, and we got to go deep on this, but we got to have a bunch of kids here and we were teaching financial literacy. This was part 2 of a 3-part series. You can see here the kids up in the front, they're putting money in different baskets. They're playing a big game. They were everywhere. They filled the office space. Anyways, this is part of the series that makes a difference because a lot of school systems, classrooms, there's no financial literacy.
No kids, no school systems anymore. They even got rid of home ec. And in home ec, and I'm from the 70s and stuff. Don't hate on me. Mostly women went to home ec courses, and they taught them how to balance their checkbook. They don't even do that in school anymore. Like, they don't teach people kids how to balance a checkbook or what that means or any of that stuff. Budget, none of that stuff is there anymore. So not only do they not teach this, they've taken away what little they used to teach, and it's just absolutely horrific. And it's amazing how many parents would be like, I've never heard that before. But yeah, and all of this is really based on biblical principles. Yeah. And it's a beautiful thing. This is the more for us, right? We always talk about believing more up here. This is the more, right? It's great to have stuff and all of that, but when you can take that stuff or the blessings that we've been given and impact young lives like that, and make a difference in some kid's life, that's the more for me. And that's why I do this. I can't speak for you, but I know you do too.
Beautiful. All right, we're going to jump into what's happening up in New York first, Chris. So,
but first, if I can make it there, I can make it anywhere. New York. That's my version. Because nowadays, if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere because it's going to hell in a handbasket, like with the government. It's nuts. Go ahead, I've said my piece.
So the nuts is this. Mayor Mandami He's proposing banning the ability for a New York landlord to check proof of income and credit. He's proposing a ban on checking income and credit. What does that mean in simple terms first?
Any guy shows up, fills out an application, you've got to let him in without proving he's trustworthy or has the ability to pay for the apartment that he's leasing. Next thing you know, we're going to be able to do that. I am going to be able to buy a $30 million house by showing up and say I want it in New York. That's it. That's all it's going to take, right? I mean, if they can do this to landlords, why can't they do this to private real estate sales? Think about that. I'm going to show up and then they're going to make the banks just give me the loans on a credit check, right? I mean, this is where this is going. No, it can't survive. It's insane. What are these people thinking? Well, I don't think they're thinking.
Well, they implemented a Soviet era board called the Rent Control Board. And
the KGB. RGB.
RGB, baby. RGB.
RCB, sorry.
And the RCB rep is speaking on Fox News
oh my God.
now.
You got to listen to this. This is Fox.
The problem we're facing in our housing system is that we talk about tenants and we say they have to pull themselves up by their bootstraps. They have to be responsible financially. But when we look at the landlords, we don't use those same standards. Landlords in New York have been making a 12% return on their investment.
Listen to this.
On
How
average.
much should they make? What's fair for the landlord to make if you don't
Listen
make
to
12?
this.
They're complaining that 12 is not enough. And we don't think that anyone should have a constitutional right to double-digit returns on their investment. That's why we've implemented...
No one should have a right to a double-digit return on their investment.
No one has a right. That's not... No,
What are you talking
no
about?
one's in that... That's not in the Constitution, but what we see is that when we implement a rent freeze, we have landlords who are crying that the government is going to put them out of business.
They're trying to run a business, and they're trying to do it effectively. No, are all landlords perfect? Are some landlords lousy? Of course they are. But I just think that the idea that no one should make a double-digit profit is the antithesis of the desire to, you can be anything you want to be in New York. I actually, and
She held her own.
This is Fox. That's what I'm trying to say. Fox. And she's going at this dude like he's an idiot, right? And you notice he never answered the question. What should they make? What should they make? And the comparison he made at the beginning just didn't even make sense. It's like, we require the tenants to pull them up by their bootstraps, but not the landlords. Hello. I was 14 years old behind a dumpster. I bootstrapped myself up. God blessed me with the ability to do it. But at the end of the day, I had to put in the hard work. God can move mountains, but dude, you better show up with a shovel to start moving it. I did the work. I pulled myself up by my bootstraps with God's blessings. Don't get me wrong. Now, so I did. Now, because I did, I should be penalized. Oh my gosh. These people are nuts. They're just nuts. This is socialism.
So we're bringing this forward because obviously we don't invest in New York.
We don't. We can't. It has nothing to do with New York as a state or the people. It has to do with the idiots in power.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine telling our investors, no, you can't make 12% on your money? What? That's nuts. You know what? Okay. The ripple effect of I'm going to have a heart attack over here. You have. So the ripple effect of that is so significant they're not even seeing this, right? So now they're moving businesses out, right? All the millionaires are running. They're coming to Florida. By the way, we're closed. It's full. You got to wait for people to die before you can move in. So they're running to Florida because there's no state income tax. But now you're pulling investment out of. You are crushing the New York economy because who's going to invest if you can't make more than 8%? Let's say that's crazy. And guess where Wall Street is?
New York.
Yep. Look out, Wall Streeters, because if you're making 12%, you are evil.
Yeah. Every single time that I've gone back and done my own case study research on this, every single time that they start dipping in the landlord's pocketbook, rent control, whatnot, it backfires.
Ripple effect.
Because people don't want to provide housing anymore. Why would I provide housing? That's not safe anymore.
Yeah. Why would I keep investing? Why would I keep it safe? Why would I make the repairs? I can't make it up.
I'll just go get a municipal bond. I'll make tax-free money, 5%, and I'll be safe.
It's stupid.
So they're not going to provide housing anymore. So it's going to be a negative effect. Now, Chris, this next one.
But listen, you just look at this kid. Oh, he's fresh out of college. See, this is what I have against colleges, right? And I don't mean any disrespect to anybody, but this socialistic programming about how we're supposed to take care of everybody. I will help people. I won't do for people. There's a huge difference. Like, you know me. Like, I help people all the time financially, but I am not going to do it for people who are sitting at home smoking weed and playing video games. Not happening. Sorry, but I don't have any real opinion on the matter.
So, Chris, the last piece of Madami,
Oh,
what he's
good
doing
Lord.
is he's coming out with basically a memorandum of some sort that's going to have 23 tenant protections in it. So all of these things that he's basically beating in the news, garnering attention for, eventually it's coming out through the Rental Control Board as protections and rules against landlords. Any more thoughts just to wrap up the New York segment?
I spend a lot of time in New York, and I am so sorry this is happening. Like, this is nuts. Like, New York was like one of those hot spots of opportunity. Real estate. There's so many people that made so much money in real estate, building, developing, owning, caring for, and it's just gone to hell in a handbasket. And I'm sorry. And until you guys get rid of Mandami, and I'm gonna go back to my original statement. Like, there's some people that don't necessarily operate on the right side of the law. And there's a lot of people like that in big cities. In New York, they might be of the Italian variety, and they own real estate. And I'm surprised this guy's still on this side of the earth. I'm really surprised that somebody hasn't taken, and I do not encourage violence. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm shocked that that somebody's not doing something to this guy to shut him down.
Or lobbying hardcore, paying.
Doing what? I mean, he's
checks.
mayor. You got to get him pulled out of there. I mean, I haven't heard of a mayor impeached in a long time. I can't remember. Oh, the guy from Washington, D.C. that got caught smoking cocaine in the hotel room. They impeached him. That was a long time. You know what I'm talking about? I can't remember his name. Anyways, sorry.
No, so we have a student, Chris. I got to do a Zoom with him last night. He had a beautiful multifamily property he put on the table. And in that multifamily property, it's going to lead to potentially a second and a third with the same selling group. And he lives in a state just like New York. It's not New York, it's on the West Coast. But one of the struggles that he had was he's like, I can't find stuff in my backyard. Instead, we pulled them down to Texas and Florida because there's more opportunity. There's things that he could look at. And we have an upcoming class. It actually starts tomorrow.
Yep.
If you are looking to learn this and you want to break free from some of these crazy states and get into the states that are good, then you can come to that class. So it's online, 100% on Zoom. It is kick butt. Like, literally everybody that comes to it walks away with an actual multifamily address that they can go pursue.
Yeah.
Oh.
And listen, this is the stuff that we do on a day-to-day basis. Like, we buy real estate. Like, I was on the phone arm wrestling with Arbor Capital and Fannie Mae a little while ago. We transact. We actually do this. Like, we don't just get up here and talk. We don't make money on our beautiful faces on social media. None of that. We actually transact, and we're actually sharing the knowledge that we are using today. It's not from 10 years ago. It's not from 20 years ago. It's actually the processes and the stuff that Nate and I and our team do every day in order to transact a deal. So this is your opportunity to jump on board and give it a whirl and see what we do. And you can do it from the company room of your own living room. We do ask that you have a camera on and that you actually engage in the process, so that, you know, we bring some energy to the classroom. But Brock, our buddy Brock, teaches that, and we love Brock.
So put the word class down in the comments if you want to get a ticket for that. Our team will message you with the link for it. Put the word class in the comments, CLASS. Chris,
Yes, sir.
this next one, I hope your blood medication is okay today,
No,
because
I've had coffee and no sleep.
Closer to receiving state funds that they could use for a down payment on a home. Senior national correspondent William LaJeunesse reports. Hi, William.
Well, Martha, the bill just passed the state Senate, now goes back to the Assembly, where Democrats have a supermajority, and aides tell me it is likely to pass. The bill makes illegal migrants eligible for $150,000 to buy a new home. Lawmakers created the program so citizens and legal residents could afford to live here. But last week, Democrats changed the law to say this: an applicant who meets requirements for the loan assistance program shall not be disqualified solely based on the applicant's immigration status.
This is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So let me make one thing clear about my stance. I have no problem with immigrants. This country was built, all of us are immigrants, unless you're American Indian. We're all immigrants. It's the illegal immigrants that I have a problem with. If you are in this country illegally, you are a criminal. We have places for criminals. It's called jails. That's where you should be. So if you want free room and board, there you go. That's the way you do it. You put them in jail. Not give them the money to make a down payment when there are kids in California right now, Skid Row, starving, living in squalor. You're giving illegal people who broke the law to get here, illegal immigrants, money to buy a house. Give them $150,000. Talk about enticing people to break the law to come into our country. Break the law, get into our country, and here's $150,000. Go ahead and have the American dream. Meanwhile, we've got American citizens that are literally on Hollywood Boulevard, dude. I can see, like when you drive by there, it's heartbreaking. But no, they're going to give $150,000 to criminals to buy a house. That is nuts. Kick the billionaires out that were paying all the taxes, make laws and tax laws so that they can't survive there. You take all your tax races out and then you give more money away. That's nuts. How long for California's in bankruptcy?
So let's unravel that, because a lot of people are going to ask, well, hey, California was so good with real estate booms and people made money for so long. Why is it going to go bankrupt? So I want to unravel that a little bit. The billionaire one, you and I covered probably 2 months ago now.
Yep.
And that one, what's happening is that they're going to tax people that have large net worths, 5% one-time tax.
So they're leaving.
And it even goes backwards.
Yep.
So even if it passes this year, which is probably going to, then they're going to go backwards.
They're going to retro it on them. Yep.
Yeah, retroactive. So that's why there's a lot of billionaires coming to Florida.
Gone.
Leaving California. And what happens with taxes like this is that once the people that they were targeting disappear, they're going to move the bracket down.
But wait, let's add a little more weight to that, right? So they have numbers that they say let's say that there's 10 billionaires, and there's a lot more. I'm just using that as an even number. 10 billionaires, they're going to generate $250 million in tax revenue or $500 million in tax revenue. You know what happens then? They put in their budget, they spend that money, and now the people who are paying that are gone. So now they've spent $500 million of money they can't collect. What happens next?
Yeah.
It's the trickle-down effect. Now it's the next level of people that they're going to tax, and then the next level of people, and then the next level of people. Because remember, they've already spent that money, so they've got to get it somewhere.
Yeah.
It's insanity.
Yeah, it's the only way that they can avoid bankruptcy unless they stop the spending.
Didn't they declare bankruptcy right before Schwarzenegger took over California?
I don't remember. I remember Detroit when they declared bankruptcy in 08.
Something in my head says California did or something, but I could be. I just remember it was in horrible financial shape when Schwarzenegger took over, and he kind of righted the ship there.
He was a Democrat.
I know, but he righted the ship.
Yeah,
he did.
He was a hardworking guy. He had logic.
Yeah, but he was last generation Democrat. Like the last generation Democrat and last generation politician. Let me put it that way, because today politicians do things just because they are who they are. I'm a Republican, so I do this. It's not that they believe in it. I'm a Democrat, so I do this. They don't believe in it. He led with his heart, I think. I mean, yeah, he got that country, that state when it was in real tough economic shape. He turned it around.
He terminated some of the.
Oh no, that's the only movie you know, right?
Likely. Okay, Chris, I got to bring up something across the pond, because we have a lot of investors from across the pond. And anyways, the list landlord, this made front page news. He took 14.7 months total to evict a tenant from a property, and you have some personal.
Yeah, I've got a friend who lives in another country who's an American citizen, but he's a foreign national because of his work, and he bought a house in Massachusetts for his kids to have when they went to college. He bought it 6 years ago. He has had a tenant in there for 3.5 years that has not paid a dime in rent and has not been able to evict him. There's been one reason after another reason, after one excuse after another excuse. Finally got an eviction notice against this guy, like day before yesterday, and then the guy's claiming he was never served. He went running for this emergency hearing and begging and pleading, give me 3 more months and I'll pay rent, yada, yada, yada. It's been forever because the Democrats are empowered doing what they do there, and it's just horrible. Like, I can't imagine, what would we do if all of a sudden we couldn't evict people and they weren't paying rent? That is horrific. if they stop me from evicting people from our properties because they haven't paid rent, and believe me, we got all kinds of second chance programs. We've got amazing second chance programs, programs that I have never heard of before. We've made up to keep people in their homes and our properties. It's just who we are. But at some point, people are just working the system and playing a game. Mm-hmm. Those people have to go, because when they stop me from evicting people, they don't stop the banks from foreclosing on me, right? If I don't make the mortgage payment, if I don't make a payment on the loan, the banks are coming. There's banks are coming. They don't care whether you can evict people. So this is nuts. But it happens right here in the United States, in, I want to say, about blue states.
Happens in non-landlord friendly states.
Non-landlord friendly states. That's why you will not find us in a non-landlord friendly state. You won't even hear us saying it, as a matter of fact, because we can't.
I had one of our clients that we're helping get a multifamily property. He asked me, he said, Nate, I have the best deal in the world. It's killer. He started telling me.
It's beautiful.
Then I'm like, where is it? And then I asked him again, where, he kept trying. He's like, it's Minnesota.
Yeah, no.
I'm like, no. I mean, you can go to Wisconsin, you can go to Iowa, you can go to South Dakota, you can go to North Dakota, but why Minnesota? No. Nope.
Anywhere but Minnesota. Well, not anywhere, but a lot of places but Minnesota. Minnesota, don't you know?
Yeah, I heard there's good people there.
Yeah, 2 of them. They moved out. Oh, no, they're your parents.
He's making fun of me because that's my
Because he's from Minnesota, where they have Capex. Don't you know?
All right, Chris, you got to talk about interest rates, because the market is starting to indicate that the rates are not going down. They're not staying flat, but they're going to go up. Yeah. What on earth does this mean? This
means that you better buy now, because you might not be able to buy next month. Thank goodness we just locked on our refi. We were going to hold and see what happened in 3 months. I'm glad we did. I'm glad we executed on that refi. Yes, you Morgan Terrace people who are watching, we move forward. So we definitely dodged a bullet on that one. Every indication to rates swinging upward is alive and well. And that's a scary thought. But I'm here to tell you, this could be a good thing, because when rates go up, poor operators can't operate anymore as their debt curtain comes in, right? Hopefully there's still some loans out there that are going to go sideways, and it'll give us the opportunity to swoop in and grab it. I mean, we grabbed a $122 million deal for $73 million as a result of this very thing. So, man, I hate to live off of other people's bad fortune, but if you're not a good steward to things God's blessed you with, I can't help you, son.
Yeah, that deal that you mentioned, maybe we could just hit it really quick, Chris, but it appraised for $122 million.
Yep.
We got it for $73 million.
Yes, sir.
If you are an investor looking to place capital right now, there's a little bit of room left in this one.
Yeah, but the biggest thing on this is not just the returns. The biggest thing on this bad boy is the tax incentives. If you put in $1 million, you can get like up to $1 million of depreciation losses on your K1 while still getting revenue from it, right? And declare a loss, a paper loss, and write off some of your taxes if your tax structure is correct. It's a great deal. It's a beautiful property, and I'm super excited about it. And yeah, I'm good with this one.
Yeah. If you're interested in investing into a multifamily property, just put multi down in the comments, and our team will hook you up with a link for this property.
Yeah, but I'm not sure we're going to be able to let anybody else in, Nate.
Yeah,
it's so close. You like literally, if you're interested in tax savings, interested in up to 25% IRR, please jump on that one. Anyways, back to our previously scheduled program.
Well, we're going to have folks in the next week or two calling in, Chris, to see deals.
We're going to do a call-in?
We're going to do call-ins.
We're calling 1-800.
It's not an
800. I don't know. What's the number?
It's going to be the number that we put right on top of your head.
Right on top of my head.
And it's so folks, if you are looking at deals and you want to get Chris's help with that deal, multifamily specifically, then you'll be able to call into this number, 561-209-5054. Just be ready with it, because when Chris gets a new deal, he wants to know the NOI.
Yeah.
He wants to know crime. He wants to know just
that. You got to hit me with numbers. Bam, 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 real quick. And we'll do what we call napkin math right here and right now. And we'll pencil through it. Again, 561-209-5054. Commit it to memory. Next week's show, you'll be able to jump on and call in, and we can talk live on it, and we'll see how this goes. See if anybody is really interested in making multifamily happen in their lives.
Beautiful. Chris, what would you like to say to wrap up today?
I would like to say thank you, everybody, for showing up. And not just in the pandering sense. I truly mean it, because what you allow us to do is to become good servants and allow us to multiply our talents by sharing them with you. If we didn't have you to share them with, we would be like that evil servant that buried his talents in the backyard. And as a result of us doing our best to follow God's will for our lives, we have been blessed beyond words. Beyond words. We have so much fulfillment in our lives. I mean, everything from the kids to our marriages to our own children, and for me, grandchildren. It's an amazing, amazing blessing, and God's done all of this for us. We take no credit, and God does this for us because He loves us. And I can tell you this for a fact: He doesn't love me any more than He loves you. So everything He does for us, He'll surely do for you if you just follow His will. Pray to God, look for God's will in your life and follow it, and the blessings will come. God love you all. God bless you all. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, guys.